Does anybody have a garden at home or grow stuff? Make some noise if you grow stuff. Yeah, all right. There's some folks out there. Um, thank you. It was a blessing to be here this morning. Yesterday, I had farmed with some folks in Mashpee on Wampanoag land and Wampanoag Farm, and it was just like great energy. I got you. I got you. So yesterday, I was farming on Wampanoag Farm in Mashpee, and it was a blessing to just share energy and space here. It was crazy to drive back and forth on back to the day. I didn't plan that at all. So I'm gonna read poems about gardening. Um, so the first poem is called "Gardening in a War," and then the second poem is gonna be called "A Warrior in a Garden," and it's after a Chinese proverb. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. I've watched my mother whisper in her city garden, "Mr. Squirrel, please don't eat all of our greens. Mr. Sparrow, please leave the worms alone. Miss Callaloo, you don't look too well. What's going on?" I ask her why my plants keep dying. Bring to her saggy, droopy greens. She shakes her head, replies, "You don't love your plants enough." She takes them into her nursery and they always bounce back. I don't understand it until father comes home. I travel to a time where my dad is coming home as a prisoner of war on the losing side, skinny and malnourished, and my mom taking him in, loving him enough to heal him. I question this proverb, undermining the trauma of war, or the war of trauma. When I told my family that I was gonna work on an urban farm with all of my student debt, she was the only one that was proud. I wonder if she had known then that it would save me from my own unbecoming, my own starvation of purpose. When I first dug my fingers into the soil, I learned that none of us are ever clean, that we all carry burdens under our fingernails, that when we touch the earth, our impurity is absorbed, our intentions become landscapes ready to shift and decompose. Did you know that organic farming is mostly weeding, pulling out unwanted stuff? A garden is guarding from things against our desires. I name each weed and seed an overcrowded feeling like anxiety, depression, anger, stress. I say to them, "Hello, please go away today. I'm sure I'll see you again." And of course they come back like toxic relationships and bad habits. So I replant seeds of joy and compassion, nurture them until they are ready for harvest. I am happy I get to control what grows here and ultimately what dies. But there is a surface pressure to procreate and produce for pleasure of someone else's pockets or playful guilt. When I step out of this paradise, this Eden, it is a metallic jungle of cracked cinder blocks, a gaseous sky of wired birds and acid clouds. The violence numbs you more than any drug or overdue rent. How did I grow up here in this environment? Who were my garden angels that bloomed me? How do I love this place enough to remain? It is easy to meditate in the mountains, away. The question is how to do it in the chaos. They say it is a miracle to walk on water, but what about walking on earth every day? This land is the only miracle I've ever witnessed. All right. Let's do this. This is me stalling to find my poem. All right, here we go. If we all are stuck in the belly of the beast, what is the point of fighting each other if we all will be dissolved, digested, and disappeared, fragmented into fossil fuels for the beast, and become a figment of fragility, a body countdown? Is a slower genocide more desirable than civil war? I am a bystander, a generational immigrant in a country where police brutality is bystandered. My closest family here says all lives matter, while my faraway cousins from the motherland ask why America hates black and brown. I look at my skin and it's a borderline, a punishment assignment, a chalkboard of lies. I will not be their friends. I am not like them. I can win if this rat race is more fair and not be a victim of this racial warfare, this mythological narrative of black and white dichotomy, but it's mostly green in this do-or-die economy. We all gotta eat. So consumers are violent by design, stockholders, investors, and protesters by the sign. So even all of the above fails, a black body is admirable. Death is fashionable, and every drip of red blood sells. So what can I do? I can lie and say I'm an ally, share any articles I'll find and any petitions and I'll sign. I can be a risk watch without time, attending rallies and vigils without crying. It's like I'm trying without trying. It's like shouting out, I can't breathe, without dying. Because I may never know what it's like, but it's in my blood to have fear for sure. My ancestors' streams show me what the colonizers did in those years of war. Their stories remind me, do not be their friends. You are not like them. A gift and a message I can hear in my proudest moments. When the presence of joy can be loud and open, when our suffering is interconnecting, our spirit and inner reflection. No injustice can amount in peace, even if you retreat to the mountain peaks, even if you hide in the tranquil forest and try to be deaf to the noise. If all you do is avoid, then all that's left is a void. So I ask, is a slower genocide more desirable than civil war? I choose to water my gentrified garden, to plant DNA in a spiraling seed. I choose to meditate in the live chaos. My prayer as say their names. My mantra is shut it down. My chant, I believe that we will win. Thank you.